down. 5. Boom. Boom. Entonces, smaller, 2, or uh, uh, entonces, empezar con el tema de sigamos con el terrain 3D. Entonces, terrain, we could have the road going up until the mountain. We have to fix these issues. They're like in the corners. So we go to up. These for now, the structures. We go to terrain 3D. So we do height. Do height of this. I guess we can do the bigger mountain. And this. So we can do either like down this road and hide the hazards. And frozen. Here's the road. Here. Road should be here. It is the road. For the road, we're gonna do this smooth. And we need to paint it too. For the media. Okay. Yes. Mm. slow. Try to put it. We can do it this side. Right up the hill and then up right there. Hill. Finish. So if we paint it, there. Solo. This way. Enter. Sí. Los dos. Okay. Mm. Hey, hello, Ninja. How's your day going? Do you speak English or Spanish?
Yeah. Yeah.
So we need to smooth these two. Basically smooth it all the way down. The lightning too, the illumination, which will be the lamps that I have down the road. Very good until this part. Lightning, I don't remember. And that is right here until the last house. So we need to basically copy this environment, structures and lamps, which I believe be the last one. Yes. So we just need to basically clone this, duplicate it, and just keep going on to the road and up. We duplicate it up into the mountain, into the best parts, I guess. That is more logical to have the lamp streets. For example, right here. We rotate it. Keep going up. So we're doing the post up into the mountain. Guess we need to smooth out part. We'll see. We'll try the car, and the car will tell us we're doing the tryout of this part of the road. Okay. And we need maybe more lamps. The road. If you have any question, guys, just put it in the chat and do tutorials and all that. This is just like a duplicated scene of the same lamp. This is not theme per se, it is a mesh, local mesh. Maybe a couple days I'll try to do the multi-mesh. So it does improve performance a little bit. We're almost, we just need this part. Last two houses. Just that was one, that is two. And we're, almost done. Build the hill. To save the scene, I'll try to do again a test to see if the road is being safe. Sometimes there is like a bug with the 3D terrain. It doesn't load, so I have to reload like the project again and redo the smoothing of the road and creating the road, even the paint. So sometimes get a bug. So we will see. So I think the terrain is too big too. Oh, we're dead. Okay, so first I need like this lightning. Maybe we can fix the lightning with mm, I believe it is the terrain 3D with rendering. So we would do double-sided, and there is no problem with that. We'll check the performance. The problem with the cast shadows, it does improve the quality of the video, but it is like um, doing damage on the performance, so it is not running the 60 FPS. We have like a debugger in which we can see the FPS. So right now it's like this is the gasoline. Um, so we will see that part. So let's save the scene. We will run the game, and you cannot see the screen because I'll put it in the other. Um, well, you can see it like when I close the game. We will see that. I need to load the game first. Then we'll be doing the the visual performance just to check if we're dropping any FPS because of the double. I do know it is damage does do damage on the overall performance, but we could try to to check again. So for example, I'm gonna do the debugger, the visual profiler, and we start running it. Um, as you can see right now, but I do need to be running the game. Um, check it in real time. So we go up, to the game again. And we're gonna do like a little, small gameplay. Um, and when we erase the game, when we quit, sorry, game, we will be checking that. So let's do like a small test. As you can see, the shadowing does look better. There's no like a double shadow casting, so the car is not showing like in the ground. Does look a little bit more quality. Sorry. I do have like a small camera here. I'm gonna do the augmentation. We are more like in a first person per se. Um, yeah, we're gonna do like a small ride. Let's do let's go to the last lamp that we were building. Put it in second gear. This is a part where it's getting tricky. We need to be doing the road a little bit more wider. I believe it's still this part. Do some braking. Yeah, it's this part. It is way too slope. And we are here. So we're not like that far from finish the lamps. Maybe we need some more lamps in certain areas or to be like more organized. We do have day and night cycles, so this is the night cycle. When we are in more daily light, we can see more, and the lamp streets doesn't need to be that big of a deal. Oh, and we crash. There's a problem with that. That is the tunnel, so I guess we need the got the name. Do a little bit more testing, so we check. We need some fall damage too to be more precise, but there is not that much. It is there. I do have logic for the fall damage, but it is not working that very well or at all, as you could see. Yeah. So let's wait. Let's do more recording. We can quit the game and we will check the debugger. So In the output, we are running pretty well, the 60 FPS, even we are walking or not. There is like some 18, 17, but overall it is in the magic 16.65. Yeah, there's no problem that much, honestly. And if we could check in the profile, the biggest resources that are doing the damage is the render opaque pass. That one, the render opaque pass. We do have render depth pre-pass and the sky resolution buffers. The sky resolution is because it is a shader that it is always running, and I did it with a quarter pass, the shader, and that did improve a lot. And this is the biggest one. But yeah, right now we're kind of well on that. We in the war environment, we need more fog. Um, so we are not seeing the where it was the tunnel, that tunnel. For example, if we are going down the road, it's like here, we need something that it is, I'm doing some, yeah, some solution on that per se. So maybe we will try something different with that part. As in player, that is the one doing the mesh. So we need to. This is the shader for the PS one kind of deal. Um. So there is that deal. Mm, we will see what I can do for it not to show this. Maybe more fog. Maybe I don't know. I need to see what I can do not to be showing that. I do believe it is because of the regions. So if we go to terrain 3D and make the region bigger, sorry, the mesh. Um, let's see. Yeah, it is the mesh. So for example, it is damaging a lot the performance, but we will check that. Um, I believe too it is because of we do the war environment and I believe it's the not the array the sky effect. Yeah, it is that part. But we have to check that because yeah, we put it like in one. It is a problem. Um, maybe we can do like sky effect in that part. And maybe like in the and with the terrain 3D we can do like um this is the max. Even if we are going like full um full on that, there's like you can see that part which is not good because the sky doesn't supposed to be like that part. So maybe I can do either like a fog in the horizon or like to show the mountains. I believe there is like mountains um there is like a noise. So for example, if we are in the, in this distance, this is not a part of the map per se. This is just pure noise. So we are looking at, something that is not plain. So we need to either be building more noise or something that in the, in the distance, it is not damaging the view. um in the mesh, let's go again. Try a bit, not that big, and maybe like this. Limiters we can do. I do have like in structures. um in the structures there is, where is it? No, it is in hazard. In borders, we put the borders up. um let's hide the hazards. Really, we can do it like that, maybe. Yeah. So if we are hiding, not it. Mm, yeah, it is like reverse. So this part, it is like that, and we can do the borders to show up. And the borders are basically like a wall, because the game is like, in the structure that you cannot pass as part of the gameplay. Um, these walls, I believe, I don't have the render, the sampling. Sorry. Oh yeah, I have it. We can do like nearest. Um, yeah, let's do repeat. So let's, maybe I need like a bigger texture, so the texture doesn't look that much repeated. You know, that is something to be changing later on. So maybe we can do like this kind of deal, more upwards. So if we're like, or maybe I can do like a circle in which you in the distance will be seeing that. Um, or like another fog, another type of fog. In the distance, you will be seeing that blur. So it is not in the perspective of the character. Yeah, let's try to fix that. So if we are like in here, I don't want the sky to be showing to the horizon, because we can see, for example, structure is right there. Maybe we need the walls either to be bigger or like to set the environment with the sky, or either the sky to be showing not in the ground per se, because the sky is like a 360. Or the noise, that part of the noise to be showing a lot more like in the distance. um I forgot where this was the noise. Um, Noise was honestly forgot. I need. Let's Google that. It is the noise background. Maybe Gemini will help us. I don't know. Mm. My camera to do the another slightly more background feature. Little noise. It's a clip map system, so increase the mesh size, radius and loads, LOD, and the cool margin. So the cool margin be currently this one. Uh, Terrain 3D material. Oh, here. So the noise, yeah, there is like none. Yeah, this is the part. So we need to be doing the noise and to be finding the browser just collapsed. I don't know why. Or maybe it is like in the world, not the height, LOD distance. Hmm. Yeah, the browser just collapsed. I don't know. But it just says in camera treating increase the far property. So maybe that. Um, or property. So let's not mess with this that much for now. And in my player, sorry, camera 3D. Um, Yeah, maybe it's the camera 2D. Um, which I believe I do have two cameras. Um, our property. The editor view. Maybe it's here. Hmm. Let's do like go back. So we're not messing around that much. Let's make sure that in mesh we're at least in 7. Because the problem is not the rendering itself of the mesh LOD. I want in the distance to have like a fog and not the fog itself. Maybe we change the nodes, the order. So the world environment, it is affecting the overall. Um, Maybe something with the fog that we can be changing. As for example, um, it is. Yeah, it is this one. It is volumetric fog instead of normal fog. Um, so if we're doing the sky effect, we can do by height. So maybe there's something with the height. Um, it is working a little bit, but the problem it is the stars. So the stars we can do either go to my sky, we go to the shader of the sky, and with the stars we can do like star intensity to just a little bit. So if we in the sky see some stars, but like in the distance it is not that much present. And with the color we can do in the volumetric fog, we can change the colors maybe to a more, that is depending I guess on the game, type of game we want to be doing. The ambience maybe to a more darken. Yeah, this is better, that's much better. So in the distance we can do again to the terrain 3D and to the LOD to the less. the smallest, so it is does improve the performance overall. We do not need such a big region, because of course we don't need that much distance. This is much better overall. Yeah, let's save it and let's run it to check. We need to change the color, of course, a little bit, just to see like the ambience. But we did not need it all of that, with the camera and all that. We just need the volumetric fog. Okay, so let's try it. It does look better. Like we're yeah, definitely looks better. The volumetric fog than the normal fog. We do need to check the performance, so let's just keep the car right here in control. We go to debugger, clear, and then start it again, the visual profiler, and we run it again. I can keep the car like turn off, so it is not showing the in the debugger the change of the gas, which is not important for now. The car can turn off on or on, sorry. Or like in real life, if we put it in first, oh, we don't have enough impulse. It just turn on, sorry. Yeah, you can see like a little of the stars. Maybe I just don't have the stars, or maybe the offset in the shader of height. I do the stars in just a vertex position will just be like up, not in the 360. We can do that. We can see, how can we change that? For example, here we need a lot more LOD because in the distance this is not working. I need more LOD. And because the camera I don't have like reparenting that well, the camera is just doing the car, so it is a problem with that, and yeah, it's not loading, so bigger LOD. So this example is not well. Yeah, it is doing kind of well. It's going to 21 sometimes, so we will see. Let's do again with the terrain 3D and just mesh LODs to 5 again, and the mesh size again, rendering, all good. We can do the color margin a little bit more, and maybe in the volumetric fog we can do the length. Yeah, it is the length. The length maybe until we can kind of see the sky, but not that much. Oh, we can see like the light. Damn, that's way too much. Maybe like that. So there is like that, and change the length just that much. Um, kind of like that. This is way too much. Uh, tab. Save it and rerun it. What is the ambient inject? Okay, it's the ambient because of the sky and the sky effectness. Yes, we can do like that, like that. So even if we are like here, maybe we can do in the terrain 3D just a little bit more LOD, so you can kind of see like in the distance. Or maybe even less. Maybe it is because of the position, so we need to be messing more with the fog. Just for example, right here, we can either do more trees to render the trees way more. All the emission energies does. I don't need the emission. Maybe the density. Maybe more dense. Um, what can we do? Make it more realistic. Because again, maybe like here, there is no problem. But if we're looking down, there is a problem right here. World projection. Bug with the last frame. Camera attributes, compositor. Maybe there's more trees. I need more trees, more ambience, because if we're looking down, like there is a lot of trees. And if this honestly is the stars, so maybe we can do again, go to the war environment. We mess with the sky with stars. We erase the stars completely. There is no problem because we're not seeing that. There is just like fog. So maybe in the shadows per se, in the shader. Um, we can go with the stars intensity is this part. Let's do, for example, disable the fog, and we go again with stars, and we put it like in this. There is a way which vertex will be positioned. Maybe it's this one. And basically the stars should not be showing much down here. but only up. Um, just gonna ask Gemini which will be the vertex position. Direction. High direction. It is not the star's intensity. Let's go back. Normal one. Star's intensity. Stars. So here's stars intensity. Try this example. Okay, so it is doing the inverse I'm doing, but we're doing something because it is the horizon up to that. So there. So in the sky, stars. Hey, Furgan, I'm trying to do Blender. Yeah, I'm kind of learning the Blender deal. So yeah, Furquan, sorry. How's your day going? Right now I'm doing like the shader to the sky to mess around with the stars. Doesn't look in the horizon, but only like in the top. But yeah, I will be doing Blender streams too. Doing all the my assets of the game. Right now I'm trying to do the opposite of this. To show the stars. Eventually I'll do Blender too. I'm learning to be a Blender artist. It will be like low poly art to like PS X kind of graphics. That will be the game, you know, for now. So so is the I direction. Minus. Okay, let's do maybe 2. Okay, more. Then okay, here we go. So we have it. So like in the horizon, will not be showing the stars, only up. Yeah, that is perfect. So again, we go to the volumetric fog and we have it. There will be no stars. Excellent. Great. So if we run the game, well, will not need to be running the game in any way position. If you look at the horizon, there is no stars, and we do not need the sky effect that much because of that part. So maybe that will be good enough. Um, maybe I'll need. Will be cool to have fog with depth that doesn't do like sky effect, but maybe with the height function. Need the fog to be like in the horizon, maybe with not the sky effect per se, but I don't know which one will be. Effect begins. Hmm. Like in the not the density. Adjustments, brightness, contrast saturation, color correction. No. Well, maybe I can change the color of the sky so it is not as um yeah, exactly this part. So it is the like the top, and we can do like um we can be blurring with the color of these ambience that I'm trying to make. So I don't know, for now maybe I'll do normal gray, so it is not complicating that much to you. So even if we um do the volumetric fog and we change the sky vagueness, we can be doing less much of the of how much it is affecting the fog the sky. But I guess the problem it is because the clouds, let's see, cloud shader, uh, maybe it's the cloud light, because we can do, yeah, we can change entire, yeah, the clouds. So maybe do like the clouds a little bit more realistic, white in a normal white. Um, Cloud sample, maybe more basic. Um, Density, maybe the clouds even less or more. I don't know. This will be the scale. We can change the scale to be more and to be less smoother, so it is more PSX kind of deal. The cloud shadows. Um, we can do normal clouds, I guess. No, not that much shadowing. That looks nicer. Um, yeah, it is pretty much better. The bottom color, we need to change this bottom color so um it is with the color of the fog. Right now it is kind of greenish fog, a little bit more greenish, like that. And we're kind of set. So we're good with that part. So let's go back and let's try the game. Game. It's looking more, but well, the shader didn't save. Huh? Why not? Um, Maybe I'll need to reload the project. Let's do reload the current project just to see that does work. Oh, there is like some errors. We'll check that. Yeah, it didn't save. I don't know why. Go again with the. At least we know how change all the deal with the shader. With the sky. Oh, it is because of the animation. I think it is because of that. So if we go try again, um, 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 which was the cycle. Yeah, we need to log the deal. So in here, the bottom color, we only be changing the bottom color, so there's no problem in that part. Again with the greenish, a little bit greenish. And we lock it. No problem with the animation, I guess. I don't know why it is not saving. The environment. For now, it is only that part that we need to be changing. So maybe if we go to this part and yeah, okay. So let's save it and we go to the it is because I guess I think I'm kind of sure it is because of the animation, the night and day cycle of the animation. Oh, it's still not doing it. Kind of weird. Hmm. Kind of weird. Hmm. Mm, maybe I forgot I need to be doing the both, the reset and the cycle. Yeah, let's see. That is the problem. I forgot to save it, I think. We'll see. It is not. Why is not doing it? Kind of weird. Huh. Kind of weird. Because even in the animation, in the reset, it is doing the reset. Huh. Maybe with change it a little bit more. The environment sky. Don't scatter. The reset, we have the sky. Let's just change the color just to check which one it is doing the thing, which is the reset or the cycle. Um, and if we're changing at all the parameters. So for the reset, it is green, and the cycle, I have it black. So we will see. It is not. It is not changing the color at all. So weird. It's weird. Like why? Oh. Hmm. Doesn't make sense, honestly. Even though I'm changing the color, maybe it is in the shader itself. It doesn't make sense, but no. Um, cloud like color will be the source one. Yeah, kind of weird, honestly. Maybe we need to change. Let's erase the animations and we do it again. Um, I guess we can do the redo the night and day cycle. Um, well, I cannot erase it. Why I cannot erase it? Animation looping and length in seconds will be yeah. Um. Oh, sorry. It's the animation player. It is the same, but oh, I cannot. Okay, maybe it is here because oh, hmm. Um. Yeah, it is something because I cannot. It is like locked. Wait. Maybe animation player. Didn't start. Cannot resolve the track. Okay, maybe we can do it local. I guess again. Um, being local, I can change it. Huh. Maybe I can duplicate it. No, we still maybe I have to do it again. The entire animation player. Um like why I cannot change it. Let's go back and let's delete that. Um the cycle not be showing the cycle. It is dependent with the yeah, with the sky, but I cannot change it. Something that I'm missing that I forgot, I guess. We're using the cycle. Hmm. Active, reset on save, motion, playback. Current animation will be cycle. It is not showing. Oh, yeah, honestly, I will delete it and then make like a new one. It will be more easier. And just remember how to make the animation. So let's just go back and let's see if of course I guess it will be safe doing this. Um the directional lighting, or I guess make it a little bit more sunny. But that would be doing like later on because it is 0 and it is going to 1 to 0 to 1. That will be later, not for now. Um, okay, so let's save and let's check if we are at least are doing, it is loading, and then we can do the animation again. And we'll be checking that how to make the animation player again for the day and night cycle. We will see. Yeah, it is working. So yeah, it was the animation. It has to do something with the animation. We have to, just make another one, I guess. So animation player, and the animation player will be starting to make a new one. Day cycle, yes, all day and night, I guess. And with the day and night, we will do in the war environment. Um, we will be checking this tree. Um, yeah, let's do with the with the top of it. I guess here. Okay, so it will be. Well, first of all, let's do the colors. You know, we the colors that we'll be doing. Um, the most realistic, of course, night. It is dark. You know, black, kind of blackish, like that. The horizon to will be again with the problem that we were talking about. You know, the like that. Guess for being night, we can do like more like that and more that. Um, for the color, I like honestly the greenish, and for the sun scatter, um, let's do black and a black, more greenish, and how is gonna be doing the work. Well, the sun scatter, it is okay. So we will be doing until that part. And for the sun scattering, like that, like that. What will be, what was the color? Let's do go back. Because I like this color, honestly. Like that. Yeah, so let's save all these three. So I don't know, not at all. Yeah, maybe that was the problem with the last one. Let's not create like nothing, just the tracks without the reset track. Because he will be doing cycling. So there's no problem with that. And like at the end, um, wait, what? Wait, I cannot do. Um, it was 144. So if we go 0 to 144, um, we'll be doing like. Okay, this is night. As for day, we only need the top color to be like more shiny. Well, let's do in order. So go again in 0, and we need in 0 the 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 the, the Astros, the stars, and the shooting stars too. Um, not the clouds and all that. We can do in directional light. This is the part that we will be doing the zero. Yeah, the color light. Well, not the color light, honestly. We can erase that. We only need the light energy because, from day to night will be more. Um, the color will be the same. Let's do one just to check. That will be like day. This is night. So for day, we can do not as, a normal daylight, I guess. If that is fine. So light energy to zero again. Yep. Do it again. Yep. So this is night. This is basically night, right? Um. As for the clouds, let's go back to the clouds. Sorry. And the clouds. Clouds per se. Let's do like grayish when we are like in the night. You cannot see the clouds that much. Or like that, and a little bit more reddish tone. So this will be like night, I guess, full night. This will be like the darkest of all, you Um, we can check like if we are like, in the entrance or something, will be like fully light. We can do a little bit more with the directional light. Um, not to be that dark. Maybe like that, a zero 0.1. Yeah, not a zero. Just you can see like a tiny little bit. Yeah, let's do that. Let's save it again. In zero. Did I forgot something? Because it is not showing the points. Um. Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. Okay. So we're set with that. The environment and all that. This will be like fully dark, I guess. The darkest of dark. We can do like maybe let's go with the directional light. More yes, more dark, 0.5. Just a tiny of energy. Yeah. Okay, so maybe in direct light, let's do 2 on and 0.2 for the volumetric, and we are in that. We'll be saving that to when we are, in that part. As for the static, disable, or dynamic, let's see with the dynamic. We are losing any process. I need to see which is the light that it is applying to this part. I don't believe it's the directional light. I think is the yeah, it's the terrain 3D. We'll be checking that. Okay, so it is all set as for the night. And for the day, this is the night. and is the um it is day. We'll be doing with animation in the clouds. Be doing a little more whitish. That, and we'll be saving in 140 seconds. Believe it is 24 minutes day and night cycle. Um, I believe, yeah, it is like 1 hour an entire day. Think that will be good. So the cloud slide, I can save it. I'll be doing this. So um, strength, environment sky, sorry. I didn't have the cloud lights. Yeah. Okay, yeah, it is doing it. Okay, so we can go like, more whitish, more of a more color it, and we save it. So he's doing the cycle. Okay. So for let's see, let's go again with let's go better. Clouds are whitish. That save it. Um that is for the clouds. Sky. Let's go with let's see this part so we can check in that. Or not the bottom, sorry. Um we'll be keeping almost the same tint. Um environment sky, sorry. It was this one. So if we go to the end, um we do the animation player to the end. We'll be keeping the environment sky. So it's not changing pretty much. The bottom, it is not changing. Yeah. So for the top, this is the part that will be changing a lot. It is kind of whitish. Feel more yellowish. that. So it is, changing day and night. Or the sun scattering. Maybe more. That one. Hmm. Maybe just that. That. It does change. Day and night. Okay, for the we can do more changes. We will see doing that. Go again with the for environment. The sky, the shader, the astros, the stars, sorry. We are in the day. The stars will be 0 basically. That. Shooting stars too. 0. Like that. Stars can be like honestly like that will be pretty much none. This is 0.3, so it is a better transitioning. Yeah. What else? Yeah, and of course the directional light will be 1 energy. Okay, the only thing maybe is that bluish. Like here. Let's see again. Okay, which one has the reset? All of them? Even though I didn't use the reset? I don't know. Play and load. Um, for the animation player. Let's do 201. For animation will be day and night. Speed scale. To capture or to complete animation player active deterministic. Let's check. Save it. And let's do it. I do like 60. It does. Sorry. Here in the entire. Um, yeah, no. Let's not mess with that. That is the total. Animation looping. So change the position of player a little bit closer to the car so it is not messing with that. It's easier for us to get inside the car. Let's see. Oh, where is the player? You cannot even see it. Well, let's just fix that. I'm gonna put the player just at the back of it, so it's always crashing within. Okay, so let's just let's try it. Just let play a little bit and see if it is changing at all the clouds and the entire scene, I guess. Um, I need to change that sun because it is messing with the entire light, and we don't need that. Need to be seen if we are changing the clouds colors, which I believe they are. Need to wait a little bit just to see if we're changing at all the colors, and we can do like some testing on the FPS. On the fog, maybe it needs to be more aggressive at the distance. See. Maybe we can do like more aggressive day and night cycle, which I believe um yeah, we can move it. Yeah, we can. Do that, and we go to 140. So it will take like a minute because it is more aggressive of a cycle. And we hope like in that minute it's fully day. So we need to change the horizon. The stars need to be disappeared, and the overall um energy of the directional light. We do like the visual shader, and I believe sadly we are dropping a lot. Um, the- I'm checking in the second screen, and it is going again with the 16, 17. It was just maybe loading something. Just take a while. I already see maybe like a change in the ground. It is 2 minutes, so we will see. Maybe I do more aggressively just to see the changes. But yeah, of course we are looking at the car a lot more. Let's wait. The clouds are do getting brighter. The horizon is getting blue. The car it is getting like more clear. I just need the cue for the stars. Maybe I did not select the stars when we close it. When we select all the, to be more rapid. It is getting whitish at the top. There is like a bit cloud. We cannot see it that much. I'm just gonna check into the animation player. Yeah, but it is getting wider. So yeah, the cycle is it is working. So yeah, doesn't matter. Let's fix it again. It is all with the okay. So as for the output, this was because I did close it, but overall we are in the 60s. So it is cool. I forgot to check the visual profiler, but whatever. Um, okay, so again, let's go with the animation player. So 0, 2, the max. Um, Okay, so yeah, we're in the cycle. Fully day, fully night. Maybe for the day, I can do the directional light, the energy to be a little bit more. So it is really daylight. Um, yeah. Now, for the terrain 3Ds, that what is concerning me. I don't need this at all. This kind of light whatsoever. Hmm. So which is the one that is making that light? Wait. Yeah, it is the structures. It is on structures. So maybe it is. Yeah, we have to. So this is the one causing the trouble. Okay. There is no problem at all. We just need to erase it. And we're done. No problem with that. This is the directional light that we are using because in the animation we can see, it is working with the directional light. And maybe we can mess around with the angle of it. Um, yeah, and the other thing is the angle. We can mess around with that. So, for example, we will be doing like this, and then in zero we'll be doing that, and we'll be doing like 0 degrees. So let's mess with that part too. For example, at night, um, a day, I fully, okay, how can we do this, with more logical sense? For example, at the at noon, at the half of it, which will be 7, um, kind of like this part, it will be like fully at 0 degrees. And we will be saving that transform rotation. No, let's go back. Right. Just maybe we can do it like more. And see it like um more logical, the angle like that. So if we are um like the sun moving, technically I need some reference with this building, so it kind of helps me with the directional light and with the player too, with the car, I guess. Overall, this let's do the building because the building helps with the walls. So, as for example, this more like east to west. Honestly, I don't know. Like for well, as for now, that will be like the half of the day, right? So when the sun is getting in, we can do like that. Maybe we can do like let's do a little quick Google, which is the axis for the east to west. Um, which will be this x-axis. Oh no, sorry. By default goes right-handed coordinates. So the realistic east to west will be the eye rotation. High noon will be 0. So at noon will be 0, the rotation, right? Sunrise. Oh, no, sorry. The midnight will be 180. 180 will be um like that. And the sunrise, which I think will be like that, will be in the minus 90. Let's check the rotation. Let's erase the rotation and let's do it again. Okay, so the sunrise, which is maybe like here. No, no, no. This okay. So that will be as the biggest part will be um Yeah, noon. So it will be zero. So the rotation will be zero at noon. Yeah, like hard shadows. Like not at all. Right? Minus 90. The midnight, the sunset. Okay, so. You know what? Let's go real back until we have, because I like the rotation of the other light, the directional light that I did erased. Oh, I think. Oh yeah. Let's hope that one. So the second directional light, this one. What is the rotation that it has? Maybe because there is two directional lights, so we can have um let's maybe we can do two directional lights and they will be doing the same angle, and this one will be like more for the start of the day. I do like that. And so this directional light will now, for example, this 0 will have light energy at 0. We save it. We have two directional lights, and it's getting like that. We can go to the to that, and we save it. And we when we are like at full noon, we save it too. Um, so when we are here, we are gonna change the rotation of the light to that, and we save the rotation. And we are getting like that. We save it to the position that we have it for that. So let's delete the rotation again. Let's do it again. So the for the start of the day will be like that. And when we are like save it, so no, again. So at the start of the day, right here, We save the rotation. We are at full. Entonces serían 90. Lo reseteamos y él tiene así la LED energy. Y ya cuando esté aquí, esta rotación lo ponemos a 90. Menos. Okay. Aquí la rotación sería cero. Y aquí a -90. So we're now doing we're trying to do the angles, so it is more a day and night cycle logic. For example, if we save it, and we check the sun, that we can see it is, rising up, and the thing is, um it has to go, to that way. So maybe we need to do the entire cycle, and we have to do the 180 yeah. So like that, and wait, it's not working. Um, what did I did it? I'm trying to make the sun to to go the other way. So for the entire night and day cycle, we need um all the time that we have, not to repeat the cycle. Well, yeah, to repeat the loop, the cycle animation, but the entirety of the day. So um sorry, it is two. Yeah. So we need to bring it back, not to this position, but into um to basically put it back again all the way down. So like that. But to change the angle, it was -80 to -180. So we save it. Hopefully it is doing it. So if we are like in the land, the star will be at the full peak, and it will be going down, and the light will be, all the way down, and the cycle it is completed, which it is right now 1 hour fully. So if we run it 1 hour, we will be seeing all this. So let's save it. And hopefully, yeah, we need to save to Yeah, I don't think we need to be saving anymore. There's an error. Oh, the scale. We don't need to do that part of the scale. Um, yeah, let's go ahead and check it. Close this part. Let's go to player. We need to fix the camera later on. So we're gonna put it in the back of it so the car doesn't move. Or at least we can enter it. And let's check. We need to check too the performance of it. So it is not affecting any performance whatsoever. The two lights and the shadows. Okay. So let's turn off the lights. We need to put the headlights more aggressive, I guess, so we can look more into the terrain. So far, so good, I guess. Put it like a more to first person. Maybe we need a little bit more far away of the LOD so it is not clipping the trees out of nowhere without damaging the performance. Maybe like a 400 to 500 meters more loading on the trees and the terrain itself. So let's do maybe a LOD of the mesh of the terrain to, I have it on 5, let's do to 7. Um, or at least with the trees, or both, of course. Oh, and I did drop. Yeah. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. And we went crazy. Thought we are in this. Okay, so far so good, I guess. Um, except for those blocks. But as you can see, like itself with the performance, we're running the 60 FPS with no problem, so it is pretty good right there. Let's go to terrain 3D again, and let's do a mesh LOD of 6. Let's try with the 7. Let's push it with 7, and let's go with the trees. Each one is right now on the LOD 300. Let's do 700 to each one. I just have 3 types of trees, so it is no problem. It just does take a while to load it, a little bit. Um, let's see. We can do a little bit more of the volumetric fog, be a little bit more aggressive, so we can be more blurry with the background. Um, so yeah, let's see what we can do with that. Performance whatsoever, it is right now running well. We need to be checking that if any of these changes will be interrupting that flow of the magic 16.66 milliseconds per frame. it just run to 16 to 22 milliseconds. That is the more optimized. So let's go again with the volumetric fog. Um, let's do more aggressive with the length and the emission energy. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe just a 0.3. Maybe the density just a tab. 0.7. Maybe a 0.6 was better. Um, Sky effectiveness. Let's go a tab more. So this is in the. Let's go with. We are like fully in the night. Um, Again with the war environment. Um, what was the? And let's go. Let's check like the distance. For example, here. We don't need that much, honestly. Go to 0.5. The emission. Let's go to a more darker. Um, with the color, like a little more greenish color. The emission to be a little bit more whitish. This is for the night, right? So for a fully day, we do have a problem with it. No. Maybe we can change as for the fully night, we can save these two and the density. And we are in a fully daylight. We can change the density to a point 0.2 and the 0.02. Let's see at the distance if there is a problem with it. Yeah, we still are in the pickle of it. Because in night there is not much big of a deal. Um, for the density. So if we're looking at like a distance, there's like a certain blur of it. We can change per se, not the distance, but the fadeness of the light in the sky to be kind of exactly as the color of the emission. For example, we copied this exact shader, sorry, the color, and we come back to the sky. We can just paste it. Oh, sorry. We can wait. It was the same color, right? This one. Um, it's this guy. Huh. Well, it's because yeah, maybe I have to paste this one too. Oh, oh, let's go back. Back. Does the I don't know. So again, at least we are in that optimal way in which there's no problem with um the stars. We click by mistake something. No, we don't need that at all. The volumetric fog. So when we are at least from here, there is no problem. But maybe we don't need that much. Think maybe we can do more on the terrain 3D to be less. The mesh LODs. Yeah, like that. Let's just go to 6. Um, and the animation, we don't mess with that. Right when we are like in the full sunrise, we were just messing with the fog. Yeah, we don't have that. In which we were changing it to a little bit. Where is the volumetric fog? Okay. Um, it's supposed to be here, right? The rotation, direction, light. Oh yeah, yeah. Sorry, here. So we do have the volumetric fog in here, and we changing it again. So the problem it is right here. If we are looking without that much volumetric fog, there is that problem with the thing. Let's save it and check it. How it does look in the night. Look at the distance. Case for Distance in the car or like in the top, it doesn't matter. Pretty okay. Crash. This is the example. So if we are looking at distance, we can either do a lot more trees, so there is no problem with that. Looking at the distance, let's do more like trees. So we are hiding that part, so people do not be that concerned with looking at that deep. Or either doing a lower LOD on either of you know those two, I guess. Yeah, for example, this part. So if we are here, um, may want to either be building more trees down the road, or if we're looking at the distance, we can have lower LOD. We're back. Mm, so we are with the concern of the LOD, in which we are not seeing that much. Maybe it's not the LOD itself, but to blend the color of this background with the color of the distance fade of the terrain. Maybe we can either change the albedo of the fog in either way. Um, yeah, to blend it with the exact, I guess, color of it, of the background. Um, I mean, I don't know if there is like a way of it, how I could do it. Maybe it's not the fog itself, but the problem it is with Well, first of all, let's save it. It is a-okay with it. No problem with that. Again, at least for the, if we are in this kind of height, there is no problem because there is much more stuff to it. A lot more trees, so you cannot see it because of the trees, so there's no problem. But when we are in the top of the mountain, um, yeah, we can clearly see like the background. Mm, so again, less LOD, for example, like that. I guess that will be the most easier one. Much smaller LOD. So if we are like in the cliff, you can see like that kind of stuff. Um, but at the same time, it does like mess with it, or um maybe like this part, but a lot more trees being loaded, so you can see like um more trees per se, more content. So for example, if we're here, it's not a big of a deal right here. We can change the color to match. For example, if we go here and we match the color of the fog, the sky, I think it will be much more easier for us. For example, like that. Doesn't look that much not as ugly. If we jump to another one, yeah, maybe we have to do a small, much smaller LOD. Um, like that. Technically, it doesn't look that big of a deal because when we are like going down, you cannot see it. Or more like cliffs and more um stuff on the terrain, so it doesn't look as plain. It does help like the mountains and stuff to be shown. Um, So let's save it because the region size can f up. Um, mm, bullshit. Okay, so it is. Wait a little bit. So it is. We do have like all the stuff being saved, and because I believe if we do change the region size, um, maybe not the regions. Sorry, but um, I think it's the mesh. We need a much bigger LOD. Maybe we need the fog too to be more aggressive, I guess. The problem is here, like um okay, so we save it. Um, but we need Let's try with real perspective one. I'm just like trying my best to see. Um, for instance, we're in like the biggest um in the light, not the light, sorry, the war environment. I'll try to do the volumetric fog to have the same as the sky color, which is this one. Okay, so blend a little bit more, kinda. Um, yeah, like that, kinda like that. So yeah, you cannot see it. Okay, so there is that magic part. So that is the perfect, the stuff that we need to do. Okay, so it's not working. I don't know why. No, no, no. It was okay, okay, okay. So we need to copy paste all the colors. So we are in the same page. Grays. And the magic, it is the emission to be like that. So you cannot see the horizon. That is the magic, I guess. Okay. So basically what need to be done, it is at night. We'll be copying the emission of the um bottom color, is this one. Oh, let's go back. Bottom color, and we copy paste it again. Let's do a little bit more darker because we are in night, right? Like that. We save it as a new one. Um, there's no problem with that, okay? And in the here we'll be changing the color to the exact kind of blend that. So you can really not see it that much. Right there. And we save it. When we are the the biggest position, we will be changing the this one with the new this is the one given, yeah. Go back. Oh, we can do more daylight. Like that. We enter it, we copy it, and we go to this one, we paste it, and we try to match it. Yeah, like that. That. And the emission energy, we can do The density into a 0. Not to a 0. But the length of it, yeah, we'll do it in reverse, I guess. Like that. What is the best color of it that we will be using as for daylight? Um, can do, for example, just a little of emission in the daylight. We can 0.2. Change. Yeah, so this is the magic, I guess, that we needed to be making. So you kind of try to be making the directional light to be same as um the environment, sorry, to be the same as, for example, here there is detail in the fog. I am not wrong. So the fog, it may be a little right there. Save it. Maybe with the sun scatter too. Yeah, to be right there. And the sun scatter. Fog. I mean, now is minimal, so it is not a big of a deal. So there's not a problem with that. Even though it is like bluish, you know, we can mess around with that later on. But as for now, there's no problem in the horizon. So we can go again with the terrain 3D and put the mesh LOD to 6 again. Even do 38, 36. There's no problem with that. Um, that's pretty much it. So for example, if we go again with the um animation, night, day, that's pretty good for now, at least for the graphics. Um, the character, I don't know why the player wasn't showing. Yeah, it's showing for reference. Small capsule. Um, I'm gonna save again from Git um as a reference. Mm, yeah, pretty good on that. Let's push it and save it. And let's do it again, a little run to check how it's loading. It is all correct. Um, if it's not doing any damage to the performance, because I did put the LOD again to small, it will be running, I guess, in an optimal condition. The only thing that we need as a big improvement that we will be doing, the most harder part is the camera reparenting, because I have the camera be parent on the car. So if we are not using the car and we go outside, it will not be loading the, I think it's way too aggressive, the LOD, the volumetric fog. But as for reference, let's try to be um trying the, how it's running the game. Yeah, we need the fog to be way less. The color, I do like it. As for now, you know, but it is way too much. We need much more. But as you can see, as for now, it did work. We cannot see where it ends. Well, yeah, we can see it, but honestly, it's not a big of a deal. For now, we can see it, but not that much. It is much more or less aggressive. Okay, so yeah, let's just put the fog way, way, way less. Um, Go to environment, the density of the fog, like a 0.2, I guess. Um, Try the sky effectiveness, the emission. What is the density? Yeah. The length. What was the length too? Mm, let's see. So I think I will be ending this stream for the moment. I'll be doing again the stream in the afternoon, 2 p.m. to 8 p.m. Another, it is 4 hours now. So for now, we need to change more the fog to be less aggressive, I guess. I even lost the road, so it is way, way, way too aggressive. The fog. And to blend it with the color, I just put a random color. So let's put it a little bit more grayish, not as bluish. Um, for example, this house. Um, we need to change, of course, the height and all that of the terrain, but oh, I'm taking damage. There is like damage, so I guess players do not try to walk that much for now. When we reparent the camera, there will be no problem with that part. Um, and I think we have to do it either way for the sake of the game. If players who do want to be walking, a lot more, or don't want to use the car, in any case, because of the size of the map, doesn't make much more sense to not be using a car. But you know, for example, this part, um, it is not better because I don't know why it got dark in that part. It has to be, it's supposed to be much more brighter because I believe because of the emission that we change it. Um, so yeah, that will be for now the end of the stream. Um, I'm gonna try to, no, it is bugged. It is crashed. But yeah, we can see the LOD. Let's try to see up in that this kind of hill. Yeah, you can see it right there, and it is not blending that well. We need a bigger, I guess, upgrade into the blending on the scene with the horizon. We did fix the stars. We learned about a little bit about how to blend the map, and we finished a little bit with the lights and all that. So yeah, I'll be ending this stream. So see you guys. Thank you for watching. Somebody's watching.